What does it mean to bear the wounds of Christ? In Christian mysticism, there exists the phenomenon of the stigmata, bodily marks or pains corresponding to the wounds of the crucified Jesus. Today, we will explore what these marks mean. We will look at their origin and the saints who bore them. We will also see the miracles that accompanied these wounds, and examine the Church's investigations into these mysteries. Stigmata is a Greek word meaning mark, puncture, or brand. In Latin, stigma was used to denote a mark or brand. Sometimes it was used on slaves or criminals. In Christianity, stigmata refers to the wounds and pains of Christ. These marks correspond to those he suffered during the Passion. They include the nail wounds in his hands or wrists. They also include the wounds in his feet and his sides. Sometimes stigmata reflect the crown of thorns and scourging wounds. Therefore, stigmata equals marks of Christ in Greek and Christian sense. Over centuries, holy persons have been reported to bear such marks, viewed as signs of mystical union with Christ's suffering. That brings us to the first widely accepted case, Saint Francis of Assisi, the 12th century friar, and the founder of the Franciscan order, as well as the first person in Christian history to have documented stigmata. This was a remarkable event in the history of the Church. In September 1224, while on retreat for 40 days at Mount La Averna, he had a vision of a 6-winged seraph crucified. After the vision, marks appeared on his hands and feet. Saint Francis also bore wounds on his side. Witnesses among his friars claimed to see the wounds. The Church accepted this phenomenon as genuine. Francis's stigmata became a symbol of his union with Christ's suffering. His feast includes the Feast of Stigmata on 17 September. Stigmata manifest in various forms. Stigmata can appear as visible wounds. Sometimes they are invisible pains. They may bleed repeatedly in some cases. They are accompanied by ecstatic experiences. Stigmata often come with visions of Christ. They show an intense sharing in Christ's sufferings, and not always affirmed by the Church as supernatural. And the Church approaches them with caution, examining the person's holiness and psychological state. Physical condition and spiritual fruits are carefully assessed. For believers, stigmata are more than marks. They are visible signs of hidden spiritual union. The well-known Padre Pio of Pietrelcina was a Capuchin friar, priest, and mystic. He is one of the most famous stigmatics of modern times. On the 20th of September 1918, after celebrating Mass, he received visible wounds of Christ. The wounds appeared on his hands, feet, and side. These marks remained with him for nearly 50 years, until his death in 1968. People reported physical healings through his intercession and prayer. Thousands sought him for confession, miracles, and spiritual renewal. Because of the extraordinary nature of his stigmata, the Church launched investigations on his wounds. Medically, it did not appear to be externally inflicted nor fraudulent. The medical examiners found no obvious natural cause. Physicians noted the violet odor, lack of tissue degeneration. Padre Pio died on the 23rd of September 1968. His canonization affirmed not just the wounds, but the life of service. Padre Pio's life reminds us that extraordinary signs point beyond themselves. They point to charity, sacrifice, and communion with Christ. There have been over 250 officially recorded instances of stigmata. Do sacrifice, service, and love shape our lives? Do we stand with the wounded, the outcast, and the suffering? In our next video, we will explore what it truly means to be wounded and examine the spiritual and physical dangers it can bring. In the silence of our hearts, the mystery remains. Whether one interprets stigmata as mystical union or psychosomatic sign, the call is the same: to live in Christ's love and to share in his suffering. St. Paul said in Galatians 6:17, "From now on, let no one make trouble for me, for I carry the marks of Jesus branded on my body." From St. Francis to St. Catherine and St. Padre Pio. Among many hundreds of others, these examples inspires us. We have seen extraordinary miracles and testimonies attributed to stigmata. May their witness move us to serve, to love, to carry the cross with hope. Tell us the name of the stigmata in your country in the comments. May your journey in faith deepen in love. And may the wounds of Christ draw you into his merciful love.